Alright, in this tutorial I'm going to do 3 rows of pave on a curved surface, okay, and in this case it's curved in 2 directions. In this case it's a simple curved surface, and over here this is an undulating surface, and it's got a narrower area and a wider area at the top. Okay, so the primary tool is going to be spring between 2 curves, but I'll show you other strategies also. The first thing is I want to change my placement to touch the curve because I don't want the diamonds to go over. I'm going to left click on that edge. It's set to all. We can pick edge or curve. Be careful what you're using here. Okay, it's defaulting to 2 rows. I'm going to put in 3. And then I'm going to kick up my point size. I'm going to make sure my step size is set to 1. And just crank it up, tighten up on it. You can play with these numbers if you like, see if it helps. And OK to command. Okay, that's one way to do it. Do the same on this. Spring between 2 curves, touch curve, edge to surface, crank it up to 3 rows. Play with these parameters, gem size, minimum size, shrink. But go very careful. You know, typically in the beginning, it's going to be the closest. It'll get as close to the size you want. You want to crank this up. Just check it out. Gently play with these tools. Might want to shrink down on some. That threw it off the shrink tool here a little bit, so I'm just moving it back. And just play with these tools just like I am right here. And that should be sufficient. That's another way. I'm going to undo that because I want to show you another strategy with that. Here again, same strategy. If you forget to touch the curve, just come back into the panel. Touch the curve, crank up your rows to 3. And typically that's pretty close to where you want to be. The initial layout that pops in place for this given space. Wireframe display helps a lot. So you want to, be very careful on how you play with these tools afterwards. I'm just going to type in 250 and see how it goes. All right, and if you play with those tools, you'll be able to generate 3 rows of pave on this unusual surface. Okay, and there is simple. Now, both of these, the way I'm playing with these here is to force a hex pattern on them. Now, if a hex pattern is not important to you, go to wireframe, ISO curve on face, press this last button on the right. You want your U number set to 2, given the direction of this surface. This might have to flip. This might be 2 and this 0. Watch how you're playing it. Pick your surfaces, surface singular, middle click. Okay, so now you're set up for 3 rows, right? Go to your pave tool, gem between multiple curves, pick your surface, and now you want it set to all because you're going to be picking edges and curves. And I'm just going to spread it and put in a larger number, elevate it, let's say 0.15. And OK. All right, elevate it a little bit more so your stones come out on this curved surface. Middle click, same for this here. spread the stones, 50. Raise it up a little bit so you can see it on the curved surface. Okay, again, it's not concerned with the hex pattern on this this last strategy, but I think if you play with these, you'll be fine getting 3 rows of pave on a curved surface. I hope it's helpful.